Hi guys, Dave here, and today I'm going to show you the guitar solo to Van Halen's Jump. Lots of signature moves by Eddie on this one. Should be a lot of fun to get under your fingers, as well as a challenge as well, of course. Okay, the solo's in the key of B flat minor, and for the most part he's using the minor pentatonic and the blues scale, and occasionally the natural minor once he gets into the tapping section. Okay, starts off fairly simple. We're going to play 18 on the first string E, then we're going to go down to 6 on the E, and then 9 on the B, bending up a whole step. Add a little bit of vibrato on that bend as well. And then we get this little blues lick. The first is a group of 5. So I go 6, E, and on the B I play 6, and then pull off 9 to 6, and then 9 on the G. And what I do there, I do a little upsweep for the first 2 notes, and then just down for the next 2, or next 3 I should say. The next is a group of 4, play 6 E, then on the G I go 9, pull off 8 to 6. Then I go back to 8, and then 6B, 6G, and then slide it off. So the first phrase. Okay, next bit, we're going to use pinched harmonics, 6th fret on the G, and we're going to bend the first one up a whole step. Then normally, then same thing again, bend, then the note. Yeah, experiment with the position for that. Mine tends to be around the middle pickup on my Strat, but it might be slightly different on your guitar. Yeah, just try it out. Okay. Right, next bit, I'm going 8D, 8 on the A, and then 6 on the D, bend up a whole step. If you've got a light set of strings, you might be able to do it with your index finger, but I'm using a set of 10s here, so I'm having to use my second finger to get enough pull on the string. Okay, and then we're going to go down the minor pentatonic. So for that, I'm starting with another up sweep actually, so I'm going 8G, 8 on the D with a single stroke, pull off onto 6 on the D, then I'm going to go 8 on the A, 6D, 8A, slide down, and then I go on the A string 4, 6, and then pick 6, pull off to 4. Okay, now we're into the tapping section. Okay, I'm going to split this in half just to make it a little bit more manageable. So we start the run. Actually, it starts on the 6th fret. Now you can either start this run by a left hand hammer on, or what I sometimes do is I kind of pluck it with my tapping finger. So whatever way you want to do it really. Okay, so I'm going 6, then hammering on 9, and then tapping on 13 on the E string there. And that kind of starts the run. It's a little triplet. Then the next thing is in 2 groups of 7. Oh, we'll talk about rhythm in a minute, but I'll just go through the actual pattern. Actually, I feel like it starts almost with the tap. So I do the tap, and then we're just going to go down the string, pull off to 9, 8 and 6, and then back to 9. So it's like a 5-note pattern. Then it does that again, and then it almost does it a second time, but instead of hammering on the 9 on the E string, he hammers on 9 on the B string. So I'll just give you that much. like that. Now it's an odd grouping of, rhythmically speaking, it's in sevens. I don't think he's really thinking about trying to play in sevens. I think he's just trying to play it as quick as he can, and that's just the amount of notes that he's managed to squeeze into those 2 beats. Okay, the next bit's a little bit more straightforward. It's more in 16th note triplets. The first being a tap on the B, pull off onto 6, and then we're going to hammer on 9 on the G, like so. And then the next triplet, tap 13 on the G, pull off to 6, hammer on 10. Then on the D string, we're going to do the same thing, tap 13, pull off to 6, hammer on 10. Same thing on the A, but it's going to be a little bit quicker. 13 on the tap, pull off to 6, hammer on 10, and then pull off to 6. Like that. So those kind of triplet followed by a 30-second note group of 4. And then once you've pulled off onto that 6, you then bend that up a whole step. So the whole tapping run will sound like this. Like so. Then we're on to the next phrase. So sliding to 8 on the A. There's a dead note on the G, and then, which I think is probably the 6th fret, but you can't really tell. And then we're going to bend and release the 8th fret on the G, up a whole step. Pull off onto 6, then pick 8 twice. Like so. The next phrase is a B flat minor arpeggio. Finished off with some pentatonic notes. So the first bit, the first 3 notes are palm muted, and that's going to be on the D string 8, 11, and 10 on the G, and then we've got 11 on the B, and then on the E string 9, 10, slide up to 13, back to 9, 11. Add a little bit of vibrato. Then the final phrase, it's just 16th note triplets, and it's all the same frets as well. It's 15, 16 and 18. So you just pick the first one and hammer on the next 2 notes. So it starts on the A string, same thing on the D, then you go back to the A and do the same thing, then continue that pattern over to the G, on the B, finishing on the E string where we just hammer pull off 15, 16, 15. Now rhythmically there's another interesting thing here. He starts on like triplets, and then he starts to slow down slightly as he goes towards the E string. So you just kind of have to time it so that you land there on beat 1 of the next bar. A little bit of practice, you get it though. And you'll hear it clearly on my slowed down version, which you'll hear in a minute. Okay guys, that's the whole solo. I hope you get a lot from this lesson. Just one thing before we go. If you like the video, like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to help support me and what I do here, you can visit me on Patreon. I'll put a link in the description box. And one last thing, This is probably going to be my last video before Christmas, so let me take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and all the best for the new year. See you soon, guys.